Hello， 大家好，我是 KB 的代，欢迎收看 KB 的游戏实况，这个史丹利的预言第2期。那么，上一期好像是讲到，最正统的一个结局就是那个啥，好像是逃脱了老板的什么精神控制之后逃了出来，然后还有一个就是核弹爆炸。那么这一边的话，我们换2个结局。
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in
这边 CG 已经看过了，那我们继续说。这个结局应该是在网络上查了一下，还有一个结局是一直待在这个房间里面，然后还有一个就是那个精神控制房间左边那边那个死亡的一个结局。
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
好，根据百度上面说，这个游戏一共有10个结局啊，我们一个个打过去啊。还有一个结局就是你要是不上网找，一般都不知道，就是一直待在这个房间里面，然后把门关上。
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No, this couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
好，我就这么耿直的一直等在这个地方之后发生了什么事情呢？怎么了？没听懂啊，刚刚那句。
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
我论你亲哥，这门还开不了。
What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
这门还开不了了。
No.
他就一直等最后这个结局就是他一直等在这里面，只要等到别人过来找他吗？只要等没了，这么坑爹，就这样子啊。好，我们继续。我们先走左边的，把左边的这个结局都走完。
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
我要是一直躲在这里面，这旁边会讲什么
？There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No, 我一定要待在这边。我不走。这地方使我很安全，我不走。
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
对，我就是不走，我气死你，调戏你。
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
我也不知道呀，我就想知道你想说些什么。哎，这个扫把也不能拿。 要是可以拿就
You
好
do
了。
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
那你为什么要建这个东西呢？这不是浪费时间吗？
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
哦，太可怕了！还有一个成就，
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how
旁白居然骂
stupid
主
he
角
is.
丑，
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
我就是站这边站了还没5分钟就骂我丑了。
Well, I've come to a
哎呦。
very definite conclusion
哎，
about
我
what's
死了。
going on right now. You're dead.
我死了吗？
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's
哎呀。
nothing here when a physical melody of some
中枢
sort
这
shut
旁白
down
干
your
什么呀？
central
这预言了
nervous
我的
system
未来。
and you collapsed on the keyboard.
我就干
In a
嘛？
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
啊，说完了。他说我会猝死，什么中枢神经什么病发了我就死掉了，然后没死吗？嘿，为什么那个影子会动？这个，它会动哎，什么东西照着它？啊，好像是没了。好，这旁白已经不说话了，那我走了，走喽，我走喽，真走喽。
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
切，2号玩家，我还是1号好吗？
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
好，走走
office.
走。哦，这边给的，这个还能开吗？你一直站在这边会怎么样？旁白不说话了，哎，那边门关了，这门开不起来了。哎，好吧，这个门能开吗？哇！突然想起来，还有个结局，就是在那个密码后面一直按4个8。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator
我只是
talk.
想按几个。
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few
其实我根本
moments
不知道
with
密
some
码的，对
calming
吧？
new age music.
哎，又要听一段这么操蛋的音乐。哎呀，又要听一段这么操蛋的音乐。
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
好吧，走吧。这边走。黑不溜秋，啥都没有。 真的啥都没有吗？还真的没有。好吧，那就是直接通向那个左边的那个隧道，好像是一个死亡的一个结局。那么，那个左边这个通道的所有结局应该就是打通了。
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
走走走。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
这个。
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
对啊，我怎么知道这过去会死掉呢？过去看一下。
Nope, still on board with death.
冲啊！ 就是要作死。
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
不 ，no no no。就是要作死。
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk
这旁白有
forward
点不开心
and
了，
willingly confront his
开始
death.
嘲讽我了。旁白已经开始嘲讽我了。哟，黑不溜秋，黑不溜秋，什么东西啊？嘿，我，这么高？他的公司是有多大？哎呀，这么高！哎呀，这是什么地方？有种半条命的感
As
觉。
the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and
哎呀
closer to his
这是
eyes,
这什么？这把它
his life
弄扁了吗？
no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
啊，再见，旁白。为什么你们要把它打成扁扁的？为什么？为什么？那你
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
怎么是个女
In
孩
a
子说话
single？ visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
哎呦，嗯，说好的死掉呢？说好的死掉呢？没死呀。史丹利的预言。哇，好黑呀，啥都看不到
And。yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as
只能一
ever.
路直
What exactly did the
直走
narrator think he was going to accomplish?
好，好像硬照开头了。这地方还可以左右走吗？谁跟你说只可以？就是太黑了，啥也没有。贴图应该就是黑的。哎，黑不溜秋，走吧。哎，我进入了天堂，好厉害！
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
哇哦，史丹利的计算机，这是办公室。好像我走到了一个天堂，哎，我是不是刚刚已经死掉了？潘白说我骨头都碎了，应该是死掉了，然后到了天堂。有什么可以开的吗？没有。001、002、003。都不能开，按钮音效。 好丑啊！好蠢！哎，这个厉害，这音效有种……哦，不懂。这是什么？办公室计算机？这还是中文的哎，办公室计算机，有人在玩扑克纸牌。我要左走还是右走啊？左走吧，男左女右。办公室，维修室，打印机。史丹利的预言的目标是争取失败，什么东西？我要疯了吗？可能这不是同一幅图片。这钟之前也在这吗？我不记得，我要怎么回去？更多结局，更好结局，更多旁白。目标是取得胜利，什么东西啊？这个呢？亲爱的旁白，一个呸，舌头打结，解说员的邮件。哎，老师，这个口音老师无法改正，已经定型了。哎，好忧伤。办公室，休息室，什么？我还没见过这个地方。货梯电梯没见过这个地方，这是什么？公寓的计时器。这铃的会怎么样？在之前一个版本中有一个会进入公寓的结局，在这里计时器会给你15秒钟，让你来接听电话，要不接的话就会进入一个不一样的结局。就是说这边又有2个结局给我。这呢？这什么？衰落的结局杠杆，可以拉下来吗？不能拉下来。描述一个杠杆的颜色，他都不说话。这个旁白，衰落结局模型，这个结局经过很多版本，这个房间是第4个版本。这什么？这模型也好简陋呀。这个是精神控制什么倒计时房间，这个是自由结局。这就好像就是一个制作组在好大做了一个类似于花絮还是什么东西吧。跑哪去？跑到右边来了。老板的办公室，来自开发时期老板的办公室截图。这边呢？员工休息室，地下，这都是以前版本的什么地下什么的，去掉的情节，旁白的配音什么什么什么，在2年前的开发中大致花了3次不同时间，完整录制这种游戏旁白。早期，这地方好可怕。有人说话，快走快走，这地方闹鬼！天哪，旁白在里面闹鬼，快走！那这边这个结局应该是打完了，那我们撤退。这是什么？白白的监控室电梯。